Alright, so I just recorded a whole video only to finally figure out that my audio wasn't working. So I'm starting over. So I have some scores. This is what happens when you have to start over. Even before I started, I couldn't sleep last night, so at 4 a.m. I was playing with CSS battles, of course. So I came up with a terrible solution yesterday. Let me see if I can walk it back a little bit and try to explain kind of what it was. Let's clean up a little. That needs one, that needs one, that doesn't, that needs one. Okay. Let's fix some stuff. Sorry, I'm just, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I optimized. I tried to make it so that my incredibly terrible, awful conic gradient was not reused all that much by variabilizing it a little bit. That did save some characters, but it also makes it more confusing. So we're going to try not to do that. At least as I explain it. We'll put it back. All right, that's almost got it. We need to get rid of that. Put that space back. That shouldn't have broken anything. Oh, no, that shouldn't have broken anything. Okay, here's where we are. That's okay. Let's get rid of this O, which shouldn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's prettify so we have some formatting that's somewhat legible. Let's get rid of this if we can. There we go. That's fine. Then let's get rid of this if we can. That's fine. Now let's get rid of most of our paragraph tags and we will start here. All right. Let me explain to you what this is. So we have star selector, which is just selecting HTML and the body. We're setting the background to the grayish color, and we're just setting margin 0 to let things line up a little easier. Then we have our first paragraph tag. That first paragraph tag is the same size. Its height is 300. It is the viewport size. It has a weird margin. The weird margin I could deal with a different way. I decided to deal with it this way. I'm not sure if it was a good idea or not. Whatever. It's a terrible solution anyway. But basically, what it does, let's turn off the margin, and then let's turn off this so I can explain the gradient to you. So the gradient starts at 233 degrees, which is this. It goes the green color for 74 of those degrees, and then it goes back to transparent. So it's transparent all the way from here, all the way around. It's the light green for that segment. Now, the element that I'm trying to draw right now is kind of this one. Part of it's hidden, but that's the element that I'm trying to draw. Obviously, it's currently too big, it goes on for too long, and it doesn't line up. To deal with it being too big, I used, let's say that. So I shoved it over to the side so that the edge of the viewport will clip the edge of my shape. Then I used a margin to slide it back over. Now, normally, I don't know why I used margin this time. I could have, in theory, just said 200 pixels. I'm not sure why I didn't. I don't know. This is the way I did it. So that's how I'm going to explain it. All right. Next paragraph element. Same thing, same conic gradient. Its starting position is different because it's smaller. So what I did for that was I made its starting position a variable. So I said var, I think it's called it O for offset because I couldn't naming things, you know. And then down here, I said minus minus O, not 0, O, 169, not that 169 pixels. And then I can get rid of that background completely and just let it inherit. Although that looks wrong. It is wrong. What was the number? Oh, 169Q. Sorry. Now I can get rid of this statement. And it doesn't change. Still positioning it with a margin. Still seems somewhat strange to me. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't just, because it'd be another variable, which would probably be shorter than all these margins at the end. But, 4 a.m. is the way I did it. I have another paragraph tag. I have a timer running. I've had it for 30 minutes. Like I said, I started this video earlier. All right. Another paragraph tag we need. So this one, first thing it gets is scale -1, which flips it in both directions, but we don't care because it's symmetrical in the Y direction, but it flips it in X and Y. And then we just have a margin on it. So it becomes this shape without the little gray cutout that you see there. And then finally, we have basically the same conic gradient, but the change is that we changed the green color, 6A, for a 2F. Oh, that's not working currently, and I'm trying to figure out why. That's why I was silent for a minute. It's not working because it doesn't exist in the DOM. So here's the same conic gradient, different starting position, just like all the others. So let's go ahead and address that. Let's go ahead and say that this, instead of 80 pix, is the same thing as we had up here. And then we can just set, if I can click in the right place, O to 80 pixels, and we have the same thing. The other thing that we also need to do, like I said, is the color. We need to reset the color. So we're going to say -C is that. Doesn't change anything yet because we need to say up here, we need to say var -C is that. And now we can get rid of this entire background statement. And we have 470 characters, which is not what you see, but earlier when I was recording this, I had 475, which losing 5 characters in 400 is not that hard. But that is the solution that I came up with at 4 a.m. It it works. It matches, I think. It did it 4. Is it a good solution? No, it's 265 characters. I mean, no, what I have now is 260, so it's not that bad. I do want to try something though. I want to say here, I want to say 200 pixels, and then get rid of that margin. That breaks some things, doesn't it? But does it break all the things? I don't know. No, that thing's fine. That thing works just fine. All right, what if I get rid of this margin and then I put that paragraph tag back? I hate when I do this. Currently we can't find this paragraph tag. Can't find any of our paragraph tags. So let's say margin 0 -300. There it is. Okay. If we're going to do it that way, we need to be able to change this. So let's say var, I don't know, I'm just going to call it X. Is it not working? No, it's working. It's working. Let's try this. There we go. Okay. So this needs to be 360, 380, 380. Okay. Then we can get rid of that longer margin. We can currently get rid of that margin. How about here? Let's see what happens when we put this paragraph tag back. Let's get rid of that. And I've deleted all my paragraph tags. All right, there is our third paragraph tag. It's currently quite the mess. Let's turn off its margin. There it is. So we need to say X, I don't know, 300 pixels? Semicolon? Okay, that didn't work. 400? Now we're getting closer. Let's try 450, 60. That looks like what I had before. Okay, and now let's put our last paragraph back in the DOM. And it's actually already not horrible. Let's get rid of the margin. Now it's more horrible. But let's say minus minus x. Let's try 500. Not horrible. 550, 40. And now we get rid of the margin stuff. And now we're at 253. Oh, wow, that saved a lot. 253. We saved 7 whole characters. You know, minify, submit, prettify. Put pixels back. So, 253. Could we move this stuff up to the body and save a few more characters? Probably. But I don't think that's, I don't know. I don't know. How much have I recorded? 12 minutes. I'm going to start over. Hopefully I can get done in the next 10-ish. And I have to spell style correctly or nothing works. I'm going to start the same way. Background, gray. So that I don't have to deal with margins. I'm just going to use paragraph text for now. I'm going to say border, solid. That's all. Border, I don't know, 80 pixels. Nope. Width, 80 pixels. Border, color. This color and that color. I need to see this paragraph tag at some point. There it is. Margin 30. Right margin is going to be 200. Z doesn't matter bottom. And then 80, 70, 2, 60 pixels. Height 100, 20. That's a shape. I don't think that's, yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm okay with that. All right, so now we need another paragraph tag. I'm gonna do, so I made this body. I'm gonna try this one next. I'm gonna try using kind of the same shapes. Say height 0, margin. I assume this thing's off-screen low. Yeah, minus 120. 0. There's the thing. It has a background. It's covering that thing up. I want it to not have a background, so I'm going to use ampersand there. It still seems to have a background, which is surprising. Oh no, that's the border. That's the border hiding things, isn't it? Interesting. I'm gonna have to address that in a minute. Okay. Anyway, we need to put this thing in about the right place. So 150, 180, close. Right's gonna be like minus 80. Bottom doesn't matter. This one's gonna be something like 200, 220. Getting close now. 230, 2. There's gonna be minus. It doesn't matter. Off screen. Go away. Okay. There's that. Well, let's do it again then. But this time, the borders are going to suck. Yeah. The I need the side borders to be this color, I think. I need this paragraph tag to exist also. There's the thing. Yeah, there's the thing. Outline, one cue is solid, so I can find it. There it is. Okay. Margin. I don't know. 20. What happens if I do that? Minus 120. That actually doesn't look terrible. I don't know why. The right margin is going to be something like 200. 0 minus 100. Okay. Minus 220. 30. 2. Outline. Match. So, funnily enough, this is the exact same character count as my previous solution, which is terrible. But I have, whoops, thought I had a, oh, okay. Let's get rid of the outline. That'll make it better. 226. Wow, we're winning. Okay. I mean, one thing that we can do here is we can say var C, and then down here, oops, let's leave that, and let's just say that's cheaper. Um, that's a width. 30 is not going to be easy. 200. Saves a character, I guess. 180, I don't know, 60%, 70, 50, 40, 5, 8, 7, 47, of course. See if that's a match. Although, I don't think that saves many characters because there's a minus next. So, let's put it back. This one might, I don't know, 50%. Looks right. That one's not going to matter. I have no idea what that one's going to be. 60, 1, whoops, not 6'1", 2, 1, 59. Nope, nothing good. Nothing good there. Okay. 220. Let's try 64Q. Can I unit replace some things? Yes, I can. A couple things. Um, yeah, I don't know. This video is long enough. 20 minutes right now. Minify, submit. We're going to be at 218 today. Terrible score. Terrible, terrible score. Why is Prettify not working? That usually means I have something screwed up. Minify again. Prettify. There, it's working. Minify. Okay. Stupid saved me a few characters. Just being stupid, not typing style. The minifier couldn't handle it. So 207, terrible score. Since we have so many things overlapping, substituting the green color is probably not going to be helpful. Let's try substituting the gray color. Diff doesn't look great. Yeah, that was not great. All right, we're going to call it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.